I appreciate you. Is it the Exodus which promised the Israelites the land in the Middle East? The crusade where the Arab took over the Middle East under the Ottoman Empire, First World War, which they gave the Second World War, where Europe, out of a sense of guilt, wetin happened during the Holocaust against Jews, now gave the Middle East to the Jews. The United Nations created two states. That is the beginning of the injustice, the beginning of violence, which these people are using now, the language of ethnic cleansing. And if we continue like this, we'll not be able to find peace. Nationally, the both side has violated the law. So both of them should be bring down to their knees to pay for their crime. The world in particular need to be very careful because the world are the one who invented this issue on ground. For that reason, for United States to try to create two states, that's the engine of this whole issue on ground. And Arab states, the world never show remorse based on the suffering they suppress on their citizens over there. Africans need to kneel down and thank God because the British offer Uganda. That is why they rejected it. Jews who rejected that offer say they don't have any attachments to Uganda. That is just their main purpose of rejecting that offer. But their attachment is that homeland, which the Exodus gave them. We need to be extraordinarily careful in the words we utter because the news we brush out will determine what people accept. The CNN are pro-Israel. Al Jazeera is pro-Palestinians. Our choice of language depends on waiting we hear from this individual or these two channels. Not be yesterday this problem start to based on waiting Hamas do now. Not be yesterday this problem start to. Ambassador to the UK said, if you treat people like animal and they turn back, start behaving like animal. For our bongo here, you get where you go flog goat reach. That goat go call chain. You go turn back, want to retaliate back. Where the Palestinians has been treated for the past years is nothing to write home about. Some countries always condemn Israel the way they treat the Palestinians. Are just words of mouth. There's no action attached to it. Why don't you think they will continue to oppress them? To start condemning Hamas for what he did, and there's no justice in between these two lines. Because if you go back to history, waiting the Israelites don't they do to these people? But my own anger is for you to trigger the anger in you out, knowing the kind of matter when these people get in between their possession. I'm not saying what the Palestinians has done since the creation of Israel makes sense. No, I'm not in support of that. That he's going to wipe everything in Gaza as long as there's a movement, he'll wipe it off. No, now. No, now. Their blood will be on your head. People that is fighting behind the Bahamas now, during the Homos agreements, a lot of them were not born. If you wipe all this generation in Gaza, another generation will rise up and brush on our back. What you will be doing now is to create a bitter generation who will be bitter, that will not want to give up. They will continue to hammer themselves. The United Nations that created Israel need to stand up and take the responsibility to make sure there's justice between these two countries. Number one, we need to go back to the Oslo Accord. They need to re-examine that agreement. That one should be the healing process if they want peace to reign between these countries. Israel cannot continue to implement law that says is the homeland is of all Jews in the world. No, it's not done that way. So for them to continue to take Palestinian land, protection by the Israeli government and the Israeli military, UN has to put a stop to this. The Palestinians need to restate their acceptance of Israel because the bullet is not programmed to detect civilian and the military personnel. So at the end of the day, the civilians, the sufferer in between the both parties now. Biden is facing election next year, and there is no American president who will criticize Israelites in the middle of a war. For United States say they are going to watch the back of Israel, they are playing politics. Because one of my father in my country, leave the problem where the rumors. They say him stand with Israelites. You don't check between the Palestinian and the Israelites where you have more Christians among these two. I mean, because of waiting the Bible talk. That one Old Testament too. If you're talking about New Testament, if you watch between the both sides, the Palestinians will have more Christian than the Israel. I understand that waiting happened to Israelites during the Second World War. But no be Palestinians now. You people should let Palestinians to breathe. It is the Europeans that infected the Holocaust in the Israelites, not the Palestinians. Please, it would have been German and the European that would have saved Israelites' life by allowing them, taking them as refugees. Do not do so. Out of the guilty conscience in them, that is why they always want to bend. They will not want to approach Israel like this is wrong because of what you people did in the past. But time has come whereby you people need to stand and tell them this is not the right thing you people are doing. Netanyahu is trying to start one thing that history will never forget him of. It was because of the first intifada that pushed them for the Oslo agreement in the first place. The argument was the map Netanyahu went to show in the United Nations. And this Hamas and Fatah issue, they need to look into that issue properly and come with a proper solution. Or else, this thing where they happen now, it will repeat himself. The American has sent the biggest warship to support the Israelites. Israelites can never have peace without justice. And that is why the world leaders need to come together to see how they can intervene over this issue. A lot of life has been lost. Please, let's not continue to lose life in this manner. Please, guys, help me to share this video for more updates and have a nice afternoon.